But anyway, that was pretty good too. I'm trying to sync up the audio and the camera at the same time.
Bend and Snap.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
What's that from?
Legally Blonde.
Yeah, duh.
Duh. Everybody knows that.
I'm surprised you do.
Reese Witherspoon. Surprisingly, she's pretty smart, according to Cody Sanchez. Welcome back again, everybody, by the way. No idea what we're going to talk about today, but I do want to hear about Dana's hair appointment.
Dana had a hair appointment. Dana is me. I had a hair appointment today, which I am the worst. Like, I will go let's see. It's December, the end of December when we're recording this. The last time I got my hair done, I think, was March or April. That's a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time.
And yeah, it's too long. But it's just because, it's too many I got to figure out where the baby goes and book the appointment. And apparently that's too complicated for me. Should I have opened those more? Talking about the light.
Yeah, I'll do
Feels
it. We're
dark.
going to take a quick little break right off the bat.
We're back.
We're back.
I always mess this up.
We like to use natural lighting during the day to record our podcasts for the time being.
Yeah.
Natural light's always just a little bit better. Anyway, how'd your appointment go?
It was wonderful because I booked my next appointment at this appointment, which I've told myself for like my whole life that's something that I'm going to do. And today I did it.
When is it?
March 10th.
Oh, okay. So that's what?
3 months.
That's not too bad. So in 3 months, we'll get another new Dana. Are you going to get a cut and color again?
Probably. Because I think, so what I do is like I go way too long in between cuts and colors. And then every time I go in, it takes like a lifetime because I've let it go so long that then it's like a whole operation to get it back. So I felt like if I go a little more regularly, then it's not going to be such an ordeal. You know, hopefully it doesn't take quite as long because they don't have to be like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is like 9 months worth of grow out or whatever.
Right.
And it just for my sanity. Because it's nice.
How does it keep you sane by getting your hair cut and colored?
Because it's like the most relaxing thing on the planet. You just get to sit in a chair and talk to someone and like drink coffee and drink water. Although I didn't have coffee today because they had Alani energy drinks and I've never had one because they have a little bit too much caffeine for my liking. But that was the only caffeine choice opposed to coffee. And I love a coffee. Like I just drink black coffee. But the problem with coffee at a hair appointment is that you're usually like you have to reach for your coffee, but someone's doing your hair. So like you can't just necessarily reach whenever you want the coffee. You have to like wait. At least I do. And then coffee is hot for like 23 minutes tops.
Yeah.
So I just have no time to drink it and then it gets cold. So I figured with a cold beverage, my odds would be better. So it's definitely not cold anymore because it's been out and open for hours at this point, but it's at least still drinkable.
And
I don't want the whole thing anyway.
Well, okay, so what actually makes getting a cut and color relaxing? Because from like my perspective, I if I'm gonna get a haircut, I'd almost rather like take a nap, have somebody cut my hair, and I don't have to do anything and just wake up. Well, I mean, yeah, you just sit there and just kind of sleep in the chair, and they cut your hair. It feels nice, and then you wake up, you feel a little bit rejuvenated. Like,
you don't actually sleep in the chair. That's like dangerous.
Not anymore. I mean, I used to, but I don't now.
You did not fall asleep in the chair.
I did. Oh, yes, I did.
That's weird.
Well, I mean, it takes like 20 minutes. You just close your eyes, they cut your hair, and you just kind of like hold your head straight.
You can't hold if you're sleeping. You don't hold your head anyway.
Well, you're not like sleeping. You're just like resting. You know, your eyes are closed.
That's sleeping when you do it. No, it's actually the worst being tired at a hair appointment because then it's so relaxing that you're struggling to stay awake. So that's not ideal. It's like you need a good night's sleep the night before. No partying the night before your hair appointment. And then you go in and it's so relaxing because you're not responsible for anyone. You don't have to do any work. Although some people do work when they're in the salon chair, but that's not me. I like to chat and talk about how relaxing it is. And then it's just someone else dealing with your hair. And then they wash it for you and they do all this stuff. And it's way better than I could ever do. And so I just get like, it's the first time since March or April. I should have asked her when my last appointment was, that I've been able to just like sit in a chair and not do anything.
Except for like right now.
I'm doing something.
You're just talking, which is the same thing that you were doing at the cut and color appointment.
Yeah, but it's different.
Oh, okay. Would it'd be different if I was like over there, like massaging your head, washing your hair, that kind of thing? That makes it more relaxing?
No.
No.
Not from you.
Okay, it'd have to be a girl. Yeah. Anyway. No, well, that's cool that it's like, relaxing and exciting. I'm glad you got to do it. And you look amazing.
Thanks.
Now
I'm going to be one of those girls that has their hair done more than once a year.
Well, it's like a spa day, so we should set it up so we can get you an appointment like every 3 months. That would be good.
Yeah, she was going to do February at first, and I was like, I feel like that's pushing it. That's a little too much.
It's like right around the corner.
I know. That'd be like 2 months away, which, yeah, I don't think that's going from like once every 9 months to then 2 months away. That's a little abrupt.
So why do you get your hair cut to that length? Because like as long as I've known you, you've tried to keep your hair at like a certain length, but I don't really.
Do you
know
want me
why.
to do a bob?
What's a bob? Oh, where you cut it like shoulder, like
above
chin
your
height?
Yeah.
No.
That's like really the only other option.
Well,
you can't do right at your shoulders because then your hair just like flips out, and it like it's hard to keep. So
like
you have to either go. Yeah. So you have to go a little bit below or just like straight up bob. And I think in my life there probably will be a time for a bob, but when I'm like an old lady.
I don't like that. Like it seems like every single old lady gets a bob or like, just.
Yeah, but like then you see the old ladies who have like long hair and it just looks weird.
How many ladies do you know with long hair? I don't know a single one over 60 that still has long hair. Define long.
No, you can see like as long as mine. Like it doesn't have to be like long, but I don't know. It just looks weird. There's something about it. Maybe, I don't know.
I think the pendulum's going to swing back a little bit and we're going to start seeing some older ladies.
No, you get to that point where, I mean, you've spent your whole life dealing with your hair and then get to be an old lady and you're like, no, we're just doing the head. Maybe a perm. Throw a perm in there. I don't know.
I think it's weird, but.
Well, you want me to have a bob today.
No, I don't. I didn't say that. I was just asking why you like your hair at that length.
I don't know. Do you think I look ugly?
No, I already said you look beautiful.
Well, because if I go shorter, then it's a bob. And I feel when I was younger, I always felt like a bob made me look like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
When I'd get my hair cut too short, I thought it made me look younger. But now that I'm older, I think a bob would probably make me look older than I am, which is not necessarily the goal. And then like I just needed to be able to put it into a bun or a ponytail or something for working out. So if you go too short, then you can't put it all back and then you're working out and you get really pissed off because you have hair in your face. Mm-hmm. Like there are some people who work out with their hair down. And those are people that I probably personally would be friends with.
Why?
Because I believe that when you're working out, if you don't need your hair out of the way, like get out of my face, then you're probably not working out hard enough. So if you're like at the gym working out with your hair tie on your wrist and your hair down and like it looks cute, you probably need a harder workout. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe that's not why you're there. Maybe you're there to try and pick somebody up.
Well, then the person that you're probably trying to pick up is probably going to go after the girl who's like thrown their hair into a ponytail to get shit done.
That's a
That's what
fair
I'm saying.
assessment.
Although I have asked like my guy friends that are gym goers this question, like that girl who has her hair down, is that weird to you? And guys, I think are like, no, they don't think about it. They're just like, I don't know. I've never thought about her hair being up or down, but I'm saying that I think about it.
Well, I've never thought about
It's
it
like
until this moment.
it's like the principle of the matter, you know. That's how I feel.
So do you put your hair into a ponytail when you do yoga too?
Yeah. And if you're talking about this morning when I didn't, when we were doing an impromptu family workout, that is only because I don't know where my ponytail went. And I had enough time to do the workout and then leave, not to stop and go find a ponytail. And 3, I complained about it the whole time. Like, I wish my hair was out of my face. But that wasn't a hard workout. So
I beg to differ. But I also
wasn't
realized that yoga makes me feel like a bitch because that was a lot harder. I want to do more yoga too because I feel like my balance is off and a lot of those positions are a lot more difficult than they look when they're, somebody's doing the little tutorial video and telling you what to do. They make it look too easy and they have such a soft voice saying, now let's just lean down and, bring the breath into the back of your chest. I'm like, dude, my legs are shaking.
Yep. I like mobility. And that yoga that we did wasn't like your traditional yoga, really. It was more foundational focused, which I like because I like yoga in terms of like the stretching and mobility work of it, but actual yoga flows, I find them very boring because it's just like all the same stuff. But that yoga was more intentional about like pelvic floor work and core work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just like your same 7 yoga moves because I find it so boring. Like when I'm doing a yoga and then you get into a flow and then you do the flow and then you add one more piece and then you do the flow with that new piece and then you add a new piece. And like it's just so boring to me. But I love mobility work.
What's the best workout that you found for mobility?
Not just doing it. I don't know.
Just
What do you
doing,
mean?
I don't know. I don't know what workouts enhance mobility. Like what focuses more on mobility versus like strength or
Well, mobility is going to be like when you're doing a quad stretch or like hip flexor stretches or ancillary work, I guess, would improve mobility. Like when you're doing shoulder circles or things like that. Scapular push-ups. That's why I was asking, like, if you've ever done a scapular push-up.
No, I actually don't know what that is.
I'll show you later.
Okay. Sounds good.
I can't demonstrate now. I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna. And I gotta take the headphones off.
You gotta put a ponytail in.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Oh, well, there's a little. We could use this one.
That won't be enough.
Oh, okay.
I need a strong pony. So that's my stance on ponytails at the gym.
Unimportant hills you might die on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, prove me wrong. If you can like do, and I mean, the exception would be someone who has like a short bob hair that doesn't go into a ponytail. Like obviously they're not gonna, if your hair doesn't fit into a ponytail, you're not, if it's not getting in your face. But yeah, I cannot be convinced that like if my hair, and this is short hair, that if my hair was short like this, but still down, that I would get any kind of good workout in. No, my hair's in my face. If I'm running, then that's a whole nother conversation. People who run with their hair down, just like, I don't know.
I guess that makes sense. Every picture I've ever seen you where you're running, you've always had your hair in a ponytail. So I guess that
I mean, it doesn't have to be a
sense.
ponytail. It can be like braids or a bun or
Right.
whatever. Yeah, that's my strong stance, which is very, I guess, a controversial stance because I think a lot of girls now do work out with their hair down. So maybe I'm old school.
No, I think if you're old school, your hair would be a lot longer. Like Nicki Minaj.
That's not her hair.
No, it's just extensions. Oh, it's a wig?
I don't know. It's probably both. It's probably a wig. I don't think you would put extensions you wouldn't put those extensions in because then you'd have to sleep with that.
Yeah, that would suck.
Her hair is like a blanket for her head. Not that I'm up to date with Nicki Minaj, but
yeah.
Anywho,
let's take a quick break and we're back.
We're still figuring out all the podcast stuff. Okay, so yeah, wear a ponytail at the gym if you're gonna work out hard. Well, I have some questions for you because we need questions. What is something you're currently unlearning?
Oh, that's a big one. Let's see. Some questions that I'm unlearning.
No, not questions. Just some
things that I'm unlearning. I think Can I have an example?
Unlearning, like saying yes to everything.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. I think I'm unlearning how to be the yes man. I have a huge problem with being that guy that if you need something, you can call me at any time, anywhere, any place, and I'll be there. And I just like say yes because like I love to help people. And I think it's actually a big struggle that I kind of had getting out of the Marine Corps. Because there was this one time we were living in Hawaii, and the house that we lived in at the time, it had sliding glass doors that faced the road, and we lived right on this little road. And you could you could see in from the sidewalk. The sidewalk was maybe like 10 feet from the window, and it was super nice. But this one night, we had the doors open, so it was just the screen door closed because there was a beautiful breeze coming through. And this guy just walks up out of nowhere. It's probably like 6, 7 o'clock at night. And he comes walking up to the screen door. And he's like, "Hey, man, can you help me out?" And I was like,
it's two guys.
Well, yeah, it was two guys. I was like, "Hey, I need some help, man. Like, I'm trying to get to, what was it? I was trying to get to McDonald's or something."
Well, yeah, so this is like a Saturday night or something. We're literally just sitting in our living room, like watching TV or something on the couch inside our house.
Yeah.
And these two guys approach like from outside, like, "Hey," while we're sitting inside in our house.
Yeah.
And so I think I could see them coming. So I was like, "Hey, there are people like walking up." So you turned around and like, we're like, "Yeah, what do you guys need?" And one of them like had a plate, like a dinner plate with a paper plate with food on it. And then he was with another guy. And so it was weird. You're like, "Are they bringing us food? What is he doing?"
Yeah.
And so the neighbor guy with the plate had this other guy with him and was like, he needs some help. He's trying to get to McDonald's, but like it was this whole weird story.
Yeah, he like comes up and he was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get this guy to McDonald's," and
his friend lost his phone. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, he said he lost his phone.
He's like, "I left my phone and my friend was at McDonald's, but like he got kidnapped." Remember that?
Yeah.
He was like, "My friend got kidnapped yesterday, so I'm trying to get back to McDonald's so I can like see if they know where he is."
Yeah, he wanted to go to McDonald's allegedly and then check their cameras to see if he could figure out who had kidnapped his friend.
So the guy with the dinner plate was like, "Can you help him? Like, I'm just the neighbor. I live across the street from you guys. But you know, my family's having dinner." And so it was really confusing. Like, did these guys know each other? And then it was like the guy who needed the help. He was like, "Oh yeah, I just live right here."
And the guy who needed the help was like severely handicapped.
Yeah.
Like couldn't really walk very well.
Yeah, like the guy with the dinner plate was helping him walk.
Yeah. And so my dumbass was like, "Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll help." And, like that was like so stupid.
We didn't have a baby at this time. I was pregnant,
which is almost worse.
Yeah, so I was like, I thought this whole situation was really weird. So I was like, He said, yeah, I would like give him a ride to McDonald's. And I was like, well, I'm not going to stay in the house by myself because this feels like
a weird setup.
Like they're trying to get you to leave. So then I'll just be in the house by myself and then who knows what can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went with you. I locked everything up.
Yeah. We like locked the house up, had to help this guy get into my Jeep. And then we drove to the closest McDonald's. And we get out and I help him in. It takes us like 10 minutes just to get in because he's, handicapped. But I don't think
he
it
said
was
he like had a stroke or something.
Yeah. But the way that it was coming off, I don't think that it was a stroke.
I think he was on drugs.
Yeah, I think he may have had a stroke at some point, but it was probably drug induced of some kind. Because he just really gave off that kind of vibe.
Well, when we were on the way back, I was sitting in the back seat. He was in the front seat, and he was texting, and I could see on his phone, and he was like talking about meth. To people.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It was like paragraph texts, and so I'm just like, this whole situation is weird, and I can see your phone, and so yeah, that's why I was like, I'm pretty sure this guy's on drugs.
Yeah. So anyway, we get to McDonald's, we finally get in there. And we get up to the counter
But it was weird though, because like on the drive there, he was like on the calling people on the phone.
Yeah.
He was like having phone calls.
Yeah. And so we get to McDonald's, we get in there, and he walks up to the counter and he doesn't say anything to them about checking their cameras or anything. He was just like, "Oh, hey, have you seen my friend?" And they were like, "No." And then he like stands there for a few minutes, like looking at his phone, standing right up at the counter. And then like turns to me and was like, "Hey, do you want something?" And I was like, "No, I have food at home. I'm good, man. You can get something if you want." And he goes, "Oh, well, are you gonna buy me something?" And I was like, "No, I'm not."
So weird.
Yeah. And so then
there was also something about how he had called the store manager, and then when we were there, they like did not know what he was talking about. He was like, "No, I called and I talked to the manager, and the manager was there," and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. And then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna like, you handle whatever you need to handle. I'll be like by the door or whatever." And so then after a few minutes, he like grabs a bag of food and then like walks out and leaves. And I'm pretty sure that he just stole the food. I don't think that he paid for it
because I think he just took someone's to-go order.
Yeah. I think he just stole some to-go order off the counter. And then we like took him home and I got rid of him and thankfully never saw him again.
Well, it was weird because he like said he lived with his girlfriend and her parents across the street from our house. And then the other guy with the dinner plate, he did actually live across the street from that house, or across the yard, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I think we did see him a couple of times after that. So I did, at least.
I didn't.
Yeah, but it wasn't like he lived there, but he did have some sort of like connection. Because then when we got back home, we did, because he needed help walking. So like you walked him up to the door, and then he gets to the back door, and whoever lived there was like, they knew him. Mm-hmm. They were like, "Where have you been?" And then he lied, and he said like, he lied about where he was. Like, "Oh, I was at the park or something." And I was just like, what is going? Yeah. So that was kind of like the last straw on.
Dude's got problems. Not my problem. Please stay out of my life. Anyway,
no, I meant on like just saying. I guess that was probably the last straw on me not voicing my opinion on like your yes answers.
Well, that's the thing. That's something that I'm working on unlearning. Is I like to be helpful, but you kind of have to understand like when is a good time to be helpful, who really needs help, and who's just using you for bullshit.
Well, in your defense, like you come from the Marine Corps, which the Marine Corps is like a different breed of humans helping each other. Like when we met, you would say yes and help people do anything, but so would all of like your Marine Corps brothers. Like if you needed anything, a car, money, like someone to watch your wife or your girlfriend like while you're deployed, or like to watch your dog, or to house sit, or like go to the store and pick up something, or drive, just anything.
Yeah.
And you would say yes, and so would all of your Marine Corps buddies. So it's like, which I told you, like, that's not normal in the world. Like you have friends and you're and family and you're willing to help each other, but it's like there are limits. But
There's no limits in the Marine
in the
Corps.
Marine
If you
Corps,
need anything, I'll be there. Whatever you need, we'll build you a bed. We'll build you whatever.
yeah, you're like
dispose of things.
Like the number of Marine Corps buddies that you had that helped you fix my car, like spent their whole Saturday, multiple Saturdays, working on some girl's car that they didn't even know or have any connection to. Or like, oh, you need to borrow my car for a month? Sure. Or like, your girlfriend needs to borrow my car for a month? Sure. I'm like, that's not normal.
Yeah.
It's nice. Like, it's beautiful, but it's not like the rest of the world. Yeah. So I think there was a little bit of transition to like, okay, maybe people outside, because like in the Marine Corps, most of the time that level of willingness to help would be reciprocated, whereas in the real world, sorry, go ahead.
And most of the time, it's with good intentions too. Like nobody's gonna, not nobody, but the majority of people in the Marine Corps are gonna help you out and give a shit about you. They're not just gonna try to like use you for something.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just comes from the mentality of like, if you're out in war together, you need to trust that person 100%. And you've been trained that way.
Yeah. You're all going through the shit together. So help out.
But yeah, in the civilian world, you don't have that. You're like, I'm going to put myself first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would probably be better if the whole world was like that, but it's not. Then you get guys like that are trying to use you to like get a ride and steal. It was weird.
Yeah. What's something that you're unlearning right now?
Probably how to not ruminate on the negative things. So I feel like it's easy to get trapped in negative pathways. So I'm trying to unlearn that and be more optimistic and hopeful and just trusting of the process, I think.
That's good.
It's tough.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's like the uncertainty thing. How I'm trying to be I guess just trust the process that things will work out even if I don't know exactly how that is, because I'm the kind of person who, if I like don't see a clear pathway to a result, then it's hard for me to believe that it's worth doing. I feel like even sometimes like this podcast that we do is one of those things where there are certain days where I'm just like, I don't know what
to talk about.
Well, not that, but it's like, I don't know if what we're talking about is interesting, or some days I'm like, okay, we're just putting in the reps to like build the podcast. And yeah, it's not the main thing right now, but in the future it could be something much bigger. And so some days my mind can handle that, and then other days I get stuck in the like, what is it right now? Oh, that's not worth.
Yeah. Well, I heard this awesome quote the other day and I showed it to you. But it's a Voltaire quote.
Voltaire.
Yeah. It's doubt is not a pleasant condition, but certainty is absurd. And is often cited as uncertainty is an uncomfortable position, but certainty is an absurd one. And I really thought that was really cool because, in the context that we experienced that quote, it was all about, people being so certain of themselves, but, change is a constant thing. And one of the things that I think I have been benefiting from while doing this podcast, whether it goes, somewhere or not, is that I've been able to focus more on how my speech is going. Because I mean, I've heard a lot of coaches and people talk about how if you videotape yourself talking, you're going to get better at it. And so
Mm-hmm.
now I find myself really slowing down kind of my thought process and focusing more on my pronunciation. And I feel like I'm starting to grow a little bit more in that. And I think that's also vicariously helping me like teach our daughter how to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I have been when I read her books, I try to over pronounce the words and kind of help her sound out the words in that way as well so that she can get the hang of it in more of a precise manner. But that's how I'm growing from doing this. How are you? All right, what's the next question? Let's move on to that.
Let's see. What's a mindset shift that changed everything for you? So dramatic.
I know.
Everything.
Everything. I don't know who said it. I'm sure you know who said it, but that one quote that is like, "No one's coming to save you."
I think that's Mel Robbins.
Yeah. No one's coming to save you.
Yeah.
No one's going to do it for you.
Yeah.
You kind of have to do it yourself. And I think that really had a large impact on me hearing her say that because I did flounder a lot when I first, left the Marine Corps
Mm-hmm.
because, everything in the Marine Corps is kind of determined for you. You just
Mm-hmm.
have to follow the steps and if you do good at those steps, then you're going to progress.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's decided for you. You don't really have to make any decisions as an enlisted guy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, now that like I'm out, I have a family, I have everything relies on me and what my choices are. And nobody's gonna do it for me.
No
Nobody's
one's
gonna
coming.
yeah, no one's coming. I can't call the boys anymore. I can't call all my Marine Corps friends and say, "Hey, come over and help me figure this out." Like they're not here. So I really just have to do it myself. And I was having a conversation with one of my friends the other day that I'm kind of close with. And I was like, "Hey man, like I enjoy talking to you. You should come on the podcast." And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh no, I don't think I'm your guy. I love talking to you and I love having conversations, but I think I'm more of a listener and not a speaker." And I've always felt really challenged throughout my younger years as far as like somebody's got to stand up and say something. Somebody has to be the one who's going to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just stand there and wait for other people to say it for you. Nobody else is going to Who else is going to have the courage to stand up and say something? And whatever that is, who's going to put themselves out there? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people are not willing to put themselves out there. And that's fine. Everybody has a different, piece to play and, makes different
Mm-hmm.
choices and has different life paths, but I feel like with my personality and the way that I like to do things, I think that it is my responsibility to say things and to have an opinion about stuff and to challenge other people to think a little bit more and to question things a little bit more. Why is this the way it is? So I think that's one of the things that, what was the original question?
What's one thing that a mindset shift that changed everything?
I think the Mel Robbins quote is one of those things that kind of changed everything because for most of my life, I've been kind of shying away from that and just waiting for
Someone to save you.
that and like somebody else will do it. And so then I
Yeah.
can just follow their lead and they'll take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really not true. Like I do have to do it. I think that's the big shift for me. That was the big mindset shift for me.
Do you need to do it?
Yes, I do. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back with Dana's answer to the same question.
Are we back?
We're back.
Okay, so I looked it up. Your Mel Robbins quote is, sure there's more than one because I think this is one of her things that she says a lot. No one is coming. No one is coming to push you. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to change your life for you. You have to do it yourself. No one is coming, and that's actually the best news. Yeah, I think that that's a really good quote. And I think that she puts it well, that hit home for me as well. But when you were talking about like your friend that didn't want to talk and just wanted to listen, I think that that's very valid. Like you can't just everyone in the world can't be a leader. There are some people are followers because if everyone was leader, there would be no one to follow. Not that like this is leading, but it made me think of a Britney Spears song she has. Like the whole time you're talking, I was just thinking of different song lyrics going through my head. But in the in the song Circus, she has a line that's like, "There's two types of people in the world: the ones that entertain and the ones that observe." And I was like, "Ooh, that's a good line."
Powerful.
Right? And obviously there are times in life when like you do both. You might just do one more than the other, but I thought that was really strong. When I was getting my hair done today, I asked the girl, because the girl who does my hair, she puts stuff out on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
and like just sometimes she'll do like a day in the life of like a hairdresser reel. And I think it's so fun to watch and
Right.
interesting. But so I was asking her today, like, does she like making that content? And she was like, I do. She's like, I do like it, but like, it's so awkward and like, I should do more of it, but it's uncomfortable. And like, I feel like no one cares. And, I just feel like it's boring and no one wants to see that. And I was asking her because I feel the same way
Mm-hmm.
about putting content out. But then when I consume other people's content like hers, like I love it. And she was kind of like saying, yeah, I get anxiety about it. And she didn't say it makes me self-conscious, but like to do it, I feel like sometimes it makes you feel self-conscious or weird. And people are going to think this and people are going to think that. But then it's like you get in real life nothing but positive comments and like, oh, I really like that. And I feel like that's generally how when people are vulnerable to whatever degree and like put their life out there, like it's just interesting. We're humans. So even two people sitting and talking about seemingly nothing, like we're all humans living life, and even the most mundane stories can be interesting to other people. So I feel like that's a mindset shift that I'm trying to have, where it's like people actually do like on a one-to-one level, not like comments that people leave on the internet, but like people who are observing other people as actual humans. Like for the most part, it's good. Like you're just interested in other people.
Yeah, like 9 times out of 10, people are gonna shit post on the internet.
But not even that. Like a lot of times if I watch, because there's some YouTubers that I'll watch and then I look at the comments and it's like nothing but positive stuff where it's just like, just positivity. And sometimes that surprises me. But really, because you think like, oh, the internet's so negative, and it is in a lot of ways, but it can also be really positive and uplifting and like, oh, we're not in this alone. We're all kind of going through the same stuff.
Yeah, everybody's living today for the first time.
Yeah, I remember watching, this was a long time ago, watching like an Instagram story or maybe it was a part of a YouTube video. And this girl was talking, I don't even know about what, but she was plugging something in at the same time. Like she's just holding the camera or phone or whatever, plugging like her computer in and telling a story. And I remember thinking like, I'm watching someone else plug something in and talk while she's plugging stuff in. And it's interesting.
No, it is very interesting, especially.
Not because she was plugging in, and just because like she's a human who's sharing her experience.
Well, and have you ever noticed how different people write? This one fascinates me. Like a lot of people will hold a pencil or a pen in different ways with their hands. Like I've seen people hold it like
Mm-hmm.
with like these couple of fingers or like these fingers, and like they'll hold it like this or hold it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like we're all humans, but and we're writing, the same letters, but we're doing it in very different ways. So like even if you're plugging something in, maybe there's a better way to plug something in.
I don't think it was about that. It was just like, I think we like things that are relatable. So if you're like, subconsciously, you're not like thinking about this in the front of your head, but like you're like, I plug stuff. I plug stuff in too. I just think it's, I don't know, more relatable than people who live some sort of lifestyle that you have like someone who's so wealthy they don't plug their own things in. Just kidding. I don't know. That's probably a real thing. I have no idea. But I think that's just what it is.
Is that a job out there where you just get hired? You're a plugger inner. Yeah.
I don't
know.
Go
to people's houses. You're on call 24/7 just to plug things in.
I mean,
that might be a thing somewhere.
Yeah. I can see that though. Like someone who's so elite that they're like walk into their office like, why isn't this plugged in?
Where's Jack at?
I don't know.
Well, you know about what is it? The Vanderbilt Mansion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's huge.
Yeah, it's massive. It's in like North Carolina or something. And at one time, they were the most wealthy family in the country. And I think they have I think they had the first swimming pool in the first indoor swimming pool in the United States. But I'm pretty sure that like they had a massive staff of just like servants and stuff to like make them dinner and clean the rugs and do all that stuff. Like there's got to be somebody out there that's got the job of being the plugger inner.
We'll have to ask.
Yeah. That's so funny though.
No, I don't know. Okay, you want another question?
Yeah, hit me with another question.
I gotta scroll up. Are you more of a talk it out or process alone person?
I think that depends on the context. I mean, because typically I like to talk things out. I would rather have like a focus group where I can talk to multiple people and get multiple different opinions on, what the problem is, versus, sitting there and just focusing on, what my thoughts are.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I am more of a talk it out person because, okay, I like to process things internally first a little bit to like get my head into the right space, but then I need to talk it out. Often I find myself in conversation with someone and then I'm figuring things out, or things seem like they're coming together easier when I'm talking to someone. Versus if I'm just by myself in my head, then I think that I can go deep diving in a negative way too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I need other people to be my guardrails.
Well, now that you got me thinking about it, I kind of want to get a dictaphone, because I hate like driving down the road and having these.
What are you gonna do with that, Lewis?
Record my thoughts.
And then what? You gonna have your secretary or plugger inner like type them up?
I can have my AI secretary.
Then you would just talk straight into AI, which is a thing. Yeah. You just have to make sure you have good service so you don't talk to AI for like 15 minutes and then it's like, oops, can you re-record that? I didn't catch it. Yeah. That's happened to me.
Oh, so you're already ahead of the game.
Yeah, like sometimes on a walk, I just like talk to AI because what's really good about it, in my opinion, is that like you can talk to AI and just like stream of consciousness and then it'll organize your thoughts in a way that makes more sense. And then, so that's what I do, just like stream of consciousness. And then it's also kind of like, in a way, having a coach who's just like listening to you and then they can tell you what they heard you say. And you're like, oh, I didn't realize that that was front of mind, or I mentioned that so much. Now there's also like, is doing that and giving AI all of your information and everything you're working on in your life, like potentially a problem for the data, whoever is collecting all of our data? Sure, but I'm not talking about that right now. Because it's helpful, okay?
It's a future problem.
I saw a thing that said Elon like doesn't allow anyone to have open source AI or something like in his facilities or something. And I was like, I cannot look into why. But if you think about it, like you thought Google knew a lot about us.
Oh yeah, they're about to know way more
No,
about
it's
you
like
now.
AI, because you ask AI every little thing. It's not that hard. Every once in a while though, I just go in and delete all of my AI data, which I like. It doesn't actually delete all the way. I know that, but it's like I'm at least trying. Okay.
You're doing good. I just had a thought about just rewinding to that previous question you asked about things that we're unlearning. And I saw this great reel by Gary Vee, and this lady was asking him, "Why do you swear so much?" And he was like, "It's not that I think swearing is a good thing, and it's not that I think that uh, cursing is has anything positive or whatever. He just thinks that it's very authentic,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's very him. That's how he speaks." And he's like, I want to be like very authentic. I'm not quoting verbatim, but he said something along the lines of, I would much rather say I give a fuck about my employees instead of like I care about my employees.
Yeah.
Like that just feels more authentic to me. And I really liked that because I kind of feel the same way. And I think it's one of the things that like I'm trying to unlearn, allowing other people's expectations of me and what I'm supposed to be influence my life and how I act, and just be more authentically myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that that's something that I've struggled with over time is just, oh, I walk into this room, these people act a certain way. So then I have to act exactly how they act because that's what's allowed and what's not allowed. And I don't think that that's very authentic of me because then I feel like I'm putting on a mask to be somebody else in a certain context.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Self-censoring for
yeah,
the sake of
self-censoring.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is accurate. I think that the one maybe caveat or like spot where it's okay, it's like if you are in someone else's domain,
Yeah.
then like you have to kind of respect their wishes and rules to a certain degree. That would be the only time that I would like if someone has like a like hard and fast rule about like if you're going on.
Yeah, like be respectful in somebody else's home or something
Yeah,
like
but not
that.
that you have to like totally change who you are or how you want to communicate. And then sometimes it's just like, oh, if you don't like that, I respect that, and then I'm just not going to be, in your domain or do that thing or whatever.
Right.
If you have such an issue with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that there is that some choice words have their place. Like, then this is the funniest example that I can think of is there's this video of this is old, of these ducks. That's a mom duck and then a bunch of baby ducks that are walking in the street, and this guy's recording it, and then they walk over a drain, like a sewer drain thing. A manhole, sure, but it has the sewer drain holes, whatever. And so the mom duck is big enough, so she just walks over, and then the little baby ducks, who are the ducklings that are walking behind her, walk over the drain too, but they're too small, so they fall through the holes. The mom duck's just going, and then her ducklings are following her, and then they fall through the holes. And so the guy doing, I think it's a voiceover or something, and he's like, fuck, like he like is cursing at this situation because this mom duck is just walking, and the little ducks are falling. Like that's a perfectly appropriate spot to use choice words because the little ducklings are just falling. And then I'm pretty sure they do get recovered in the video. But like tell me there's you could be like, oh shucks, the ducklings are falling down. No. Like you have to be like, fuck.
Yeah.
The ducklings.
I'll see if I can find that video.
Yeah.
If I can find that video, I'll throw it up here.
Yeah.
No, that's a great point. Some things are they just don't do it justice. Like if you hit your thumb with a hammer, you're not gonna say, "Gosh darn it."
Sometimes if I stub my toe or something, I literally say all the curse words. Like I just say that because it's like that's not enough to just say all the words. So I say all the curse words.
No, I think you're right about that. All right.
You trying to wrap up?
Yeah, we're trying to wrap up. She's waking up.
Oh, Okay. Baby's waking up.
Baby's waking up.
Thanks for listening, watching. We're going to think of a name for this podcast and get it on other platforms soon.
Yep, it's coming everywhere pretty soon once we can figure out a name. But before we run out of here, I'd love to just throw a mention up here to Kinesium. We're collaborating with them. That's a fantastic product. If you've heard this before, sorry for repeating it, but they do this little product that is motion censored. It's for basically keeping track of anything that you have as far as like sensitive items go, like your firearms or your liquor cabinet. There's a lot of applications, and it brings you a lot of peace of mind knowing that your valuables are locked up and safe. And if somebody's tampering with them, then you're going to get an instant notification to your phone because that motion sensor is gonna let you know that something's up with that. There's a link in the description here, Frosty, for 10% off. Go check it out. Let us know what you think and let us know how you guys are using it. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.